Hey YouTube. Of course I'm back with more viewpoints. Um, I'm not gonna be showing myself today doing this video because I'm doing something that's very important, and I don't want to be on camera and be distracted with what I'm doing now, and I'm trying to talk to you guys. So I just wanted to do a quick video on my viewpoints of America and what's going on in America, and how I feel being an American citizen. Um, I'll start with one of the sayings that American people say a lot, um, and it goes, it's not what American can do for you, but what the people can do for America. Well, my people, um, uh, African American people, Black people, Indonesian people, whatever you feel as though, you know, because in America we have plenty of names that they choose to call us, but we could never get the real history in America of our real names of what we are. But I already know who I am, so I don't need America to tell me that. But so I chose to do this video today because, as you guys know and see, the government, politicians, rich man, poor man, doctor, lawyer, entertainment, YouTube, Google, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Any and everyone has been pushing the voting thing. Vote, 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 vote. And to each his own if that's what you want to do. But it just amazed me how we can push the issue of voting as much as we had in a matter of time. But I haven't seen or heard the true issues that us as Americans and around the whole world, including the other states, because for me, it's funny how Americans, the USA, we can always talk about the USA, America, 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 but we own, what is it, 52 states? So I just feel like, what's the point of owning those other states, or, they belong to us and we treat them as if they're the redheaded stepchild. But we can always embrace America and talk about America. Back to the saying of, it's not what American can do for us, but what we can do for our country, what we can do for America. Well, my people has been doing things for America since we were slaved here. And America has yet to do anything for us. But my whole thing is define. I would need America, the government, the politician, define of what they consider doing things for us. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we're pushing that, it's not what we can do. It's not what America can do for you, but what you can do for your country. The people that's been Americans, foreigners, or all types of different people, have been doing for America. When is America going to start giving back to the underdogs? The McDonald's workers, the train workers, the people that's actually keeping this thing moving. Yes, I said what I said, the McDonald's workers and train workers, because all those people that are at those jobs, you go to McDonald's, you get on the train, you get there to get to those high elite jobs and all that. The people that's selling you the cars, the people that's the underdogs. And it gets me upset because I feel like I see everything that's being watched on TV, YouTube, like I said, Instagram, Google, and I just feel like the way we're pushing this motive for voting, and all of this stuff, I believe that people should push motives for realistic things. I've always, no, I'm not a politician, don't want to be. I could be whatever I want to be. I choose not to. And I have my reasons why. I'm not knocking other people for what they choose or the route they want to go with their life, but my biggest thing is you be for the people. It can't be, oh, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a politician, I work with the government, and oh, I have to make sure my family's safe. No, you're not in the position of just making sure that your family is good. You're in the position of making the whole world feel like they're safe and good. And when these doctors, lawyers, politicians, whatever, because people always say, well, you're not a doctor, you're not a lawyer, so how can you? No. I don't have to be blind to put myself in a blind man's shoes. I don't have to be, retarded or disabled to understand where someone who has a disability or missing a limb is coming from. It's called compassion and common sense and intelligence. You understand what I'm saying? And I just feel like a lot of these lawyers or doctors or whatever, because you can check my record. I can be what I want to be, from a doctor to a lawyer to a police officer. I can run for president if I choose to. Now, despite how people might feel about me or what they hear or stuff like that, I don't care, because I'm here for the people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a type of person where if I'm choosing to go for a position that's for the people, then everybody in the world has a right to ask me anything they want. If I'm here to say that I'm in a position to help your life, make your life better, not only do you have a right to ask me questions, but you have a right for me to answer the questions that you've asked directly, not beating around the bush, not saying this, that, and the third, and go, it's a lot. It's a lot for me to take in. I'm seeing a lot. And like I said, I have not ever seen, when it's time to elect every year, we get the voting. But this year, we're pushing it like, we're pushing for this voting, for people to vote and people to do this. Like we're making new money in America. And it's so crazy how we can go hard. And I always say I don't know if people notice that. I don't put myself in situations with others, the government, the politicians, the police, and all that. Good people, bad people, I don't. But I say we because I live here in the world with everybody else. I'm breathing, I'm walking. Grace of my creator, I'm alive just like everybody else. So I can separate myself, but I can't say that I'm not a human. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like when it comes down to, like I said, governments, lawyers, cops, politicians, it's like, oh, well, I got to do this because I want to make sure my family, but you're not in that position. Then go find a job where you just have to worry about you and your family. Don't say I want to be this, or I want to be the next mayor, I want to be the next president, I want to be the next this, but you're so concerned about just your family or the USA. We as people need to be concerned about the whole entire world. That's what we need. Excuse me, I was just out. As I was telling you guys, I'm doing something extremely important at the same time. So I don't want to be doing the excess moving back and forth on camera. So excuse me for just leaving. So I'm choosing to make this video to the whole entire world should work together. Have to. If the plan is truly to make the world a better place for everyone. I don't think that that's the plan. No. I don't. Even the states that we have, that the USA run, United States of America run, we don't even feel that way about the states that we have. It's either America or it's nothing. But and it's crazy to me because it's like America, 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 but yet we want to own each state, but we don't give a crap about each state that we own. That's and that's why I feel like it's a scheme. It's a scam. Everything is, it's an illusion. It truly is just an illusion. And it really does sad. It doesn't really even, it's a disappointment. That's the word. It's a disappointment. Because like I said, they stretch the fact of it's not what America could do for you, but what you can do for America. Since the beginning of time, the people built America. How much more can we give to America? When is America going to start giving something back? When? People have been building in people in general and their ancestors been building America since the beginning of time. And when their ancestors even built it, they got treated like crap and couldn't get anything out of it. And now you have generations later, their kids still doing the same exact thing. When these little mini companies, franchises that branches off, I don't know if anyone noticed, like if you ever went to a store and they say, well, we're not that regular Walmart. We're a branch off. We're our own corporation. It does not matter. You're still in the business of Walmart, Sears, Applebee's. You're still in the business of a multi-million-dollar company, and you're making a profit. And that's how it's just simple. So for me, it's like, it's sad because you say, what more can we do for America? What more do you want? We work for America. Our generation, our ancestors, the generation after us, because they're going to try to do the same thing, if worse. And the average person pay is horrible. What is it? Still at $8, if that? If that, you had the people in New York who had to push for the 15 or the 16, and half of the people out there still are not receiving that. And it bothers me. It's like, what more can you do for America? What can America do for us? What? I can do. I'm here to say, I will do no more. I will do for myself, because that's what the USA has been doing for themselves since the beginning of time. If people understand what this country, how this country was built, it wasn't built from people saying, oh, sure, welcome to America. I want to help. Let's all build it and get together. And it wasn't built like that. It was built of walking up, taking your land, shoot 'em, bang, bang. I want this. I want that. And then erasing your history, erasing all of that, and putting other people's history and emerging up all these lies. I get upset with America because I like to read. I like to learn about what was before, so we can know what's going to occur in the future. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I stress the fact of, I say all the time, people, learn your laws and your history. You can be your own lawyer. Shout out to lawyers. I'm not saying, lawyers are, crooked or whatever the case may be, but we know how lawyers can get down. If you ever tapped in that criminal justice field, wanted to go there, you know what it's about. And my whole thing is, I tell people, I'm not saying that you can't go see a doctor, you can't go see a lawyer, but try to be your own lawyer. The same way that lawyer became a lawyer was from studying, history, reading, learning. You can do it too. Because in my opinion, from what I'm going through with the police and what I'm going through, all this other stuff, it's extremely different. I'm in a point in my life where no, I do not trust the system. No, I do not trust the law, the police, because it's been proven to me. I will see if it was the opposite. You go to the law, they do their job. But what do you expect from someone who has been stopped, diminished, not cared about, and they grew up in America? What are the answers for that? I want to ask the politicians, the government, the president, the future president, what are the answers to the people? Where are the answers to the people who they was dealt them set of hands? They was dealt those cards. They grind, they do what they do, and they still get crapped on from the government. What are the answers to that? Like I said, it amazes me when I see how, when America wants something done, it's overnight. When that 10%, that was elite, those higher, upper, whatever they want to be called, I really don't even care, say, well, we want something done, it's done overnight. It's not, we got to see about it, take some time, we got to look into it, we got to count the numbers, we got to go around and ask. It's none of that. It's overnight. I can't think of it right now because I have a lot on my mind, but the law where they come in and it doesn't matter about the laws or the amendments. The group, they could come in and still demolish things. I can't think of it right now, but when I think of it, the name, I'll get back to you. And that shows me that the laws and the amendments and it does not, injustice does not ever really matter. What matters in America is the status and your money. That's what it seems like. Your status and your money. But don't try to make it seem like, oh, the law, the law, the law, when the law has been picking choosing sides since the beginning of time. You know, what bothers me is we have to keep it fair. Let's stop saying these things, the world's not fair and all that, because us as a people choose not to make it fair. If you got all these people saying, well, I feel like there's no God, I feel like there's no Jesus, I feel like this and that. If you feel like that, why don't you do something about it? If you're that 10% or whatever, you feel like you're the league and you have the power, why don't you genuinely do something about it? They're not. They're not, because they already have what they feel as though they need, and they want to just call the shots, and that's not how it's working anymore. So to all of that, it's not, I'm tired of hearing that it's not what America can do for you, what you can do for America. My people, my ancestors has been doing for America since the beginning. We built America. We built America. Those 10%, no, you didn't build America. You beat America. It's a difference between beat and built. You beat your way to the top, which means you went to those same people. And like I said, then see, the way America was built, they didn't want the new generations to do the same thing of how they built America. Imagine people if everyone literally said, oh, I like this person's land. Pop, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to take it if you don't get. Imagine what we'll be. No, so that's when they created the laws, the police, and all that, because they said, we can do it. We can go to country and take and beat and abuse and lie. But let's put some police and law in form so the next generation can't do it. Right? Sad. And the sad thing is, if you do your history on how police was made, politicians was made, you know, I just read something about someone else body getting found in a hotel in Chicago, a 26-year-old male. And he was there on a conference. RIP his soul. I don't know him, but you know, RIP his soul. And no one's pushing the issue for that. No one's pushing for how these bodies keep winding up in these hotels. No one's not knowing. I mean, you walk to a bathroom, you're not going to come back from the bathroom. It's time for, we did a lot for America. Let's switch that saying. We did a lot for America. Now it's time for America to do for us. What can America do for us? America needed to change a long time ago. You know, it needed to change a long time ago, but it's America's fault. It's the people's fault. It is. And I don't care. We can put blame on the 10%. We could put blame on the elite. We could put blame on, but it's America's fault. It's America's fault because, you know, a lot of people don't have money, and I get it. You know, people be like, well, I need to eat. My kids had to eat in 6 weeks. We live in Africa. We don't have anything. We live in Japan. We don't have anything. You know, some big people come down with millions of dollars, and they say, well, if you get 5 bodies and give us all their hearts or whatever, we'll give you the. So I get people are hungry. People have families. I tremendously get that. But I believe that as people, I understand that people have families. I understand that people are hungry and people need to eat. I've been there, so I cannot not understand that. But today there are so many resources, way much more resources than it was back in the day, that's willing to help, you have people, family members. Some people don't have family members, but there's so many. It's funny how people can get on Instagram, YouTube, Google, Twitter, all these type of accounts and ask for this and ask for that, but feel like they have. And then you have some countries that we own, the USA own, and they don't have those resources. No internet, no nothing. So they're like, well, what are we supposed to do? Right? So then that's when they leave them, when they want to sell their kids, they want to, go to that 10% or do whatever to get some money. And that's when I say we as people, and I blame America, because those people that's coming down with their money, and that to those poor countries that we own these poor countries, right? Yeah, they go to these countries knowing that these people don't have. And instead of truly helping them, I watched, there's a state called Nigger. I don't even like that name of the state, but I know the history of what our people was called, the name of nigger came from. I understand all of that, but I still don't like it. And when I seen this white man come down there in front of a bunch of black people, African people, and the state called Nigger, and look it up. It's a country. Please look it up. It's so I say people, we have to do our history. And I see this white man come in, and he's talking to these Africans. They don't even know what he's saying. He's using one African man who can speak, English and African language to transfer the information to them about, his God and Jesus and everything that he got going on. Why? Why are you there, white man? Please don't say you're there to help. Cut it off. White people ain't gonna help black people unless I'm not gonna say all white people, but that's like I'm categorizing all black people. But if we're gonna talk about the majority, we're gonna say 60%. And 9 times out of 10, anything white people want to do or whatever, they gotta have some type of involvement in it, or some type of broadcasting, or they getting something out of it. Okay, and I see this white man, and I'm like, well, why are you there? Why are you there? I'm not understanding it. It's one of the poorest countries in the world. Why are you there? And you can see the black people, the African people around looking at him, like barely wanting to say what the African man is telling him to say, what the white man is saying in English, and it's like, I don't see you, helping them, okay, showing them, like, and my whole thing is this. It's about a control system. It's about, and then when you look at it, and I looked at it further down the line, it's like you want to own them or something. You want to become their captain, their savior, but yet that's not what it's really is about. Before, I don't know, it kind of concerns me when I hear people say, well, how can we survive? How can this? How can it? And I get it. There has been bombs to these countries. There has been, their oil taking, and, trust me, I understand my people. And that goes to all my people. And when I say my people, I say the human race. I don't care about a color. I see color. I think color is beautiful. But I don't care about a race. I'm a human first before I have color. And as far as with the people, I understand that people say, well, how am I going to survive? How am I going to eat? Before we were enslaved and taken from our country, how were we surviving then? What were we doing to survive? They said when they ran up on us, we was dancing and all happy. Beautiful trees and beautiful all that and beautiful this. But when you don't treat the land right, and you're taking people's oil, and you're doing so much hurt, what are you left with? Plant what? Plant what? You used to be able to go around the world when this coast or that coast, you couldn't plant on that coast because of the humid, and might be raining there or snowing there. You'd be able freely as a human being to walk to the next coast, however you get there, camel, cow, horse, whatever, and freely build something else. Build your home. Have food. It's sunny here, so we're going to stay here for you. Okay, the sun went down here. We only can build beans here. We don't want no more beans. We're going to go to the other coast and stay for a year. You can't even do that no more. You come across a different state or state or something like that, they're shooting you. How do you have a right to shoot someone who choose to walk over God's land? When did these laws? Well, I know because I do my history, and I know why they created the law. And police officers, please do your history. Now, you can find lies in history. You can look up something and they can lie to you. Google does it, all that other stuff, and a lot of these places do it. But dig deeper. I tell people, you don't have to just go to Google for information. You can go somewhere else. You can go to actual state libraries and all that and get the real tea. And there's people out here, if you're wanting to know the real truth about this world, our history, there's people out here who's willing to tell you. Sometimes I read stuff online, I'm like, that's untrue. Because I know the answers already. So I question myself to Google, like, Google, why are you lying? Why are you covering up for whoever? But we know when it's who it's being ran by. So that's what's going to happen. Google's going to lie. Shout out to Google because sometimes they might not lie, but then, how that go. So I just, for me, like I said, I've been seeing so many push and people say, well, we have ancestors who passed. Please, 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 please. Well, I'm not even going to say please because if it ain't apply, I'll let it fly. I know you ain't talking about my ancestors because it's the ancestors who putting it in your face. Who do you think is really, oh man. It's funny because it's like the people in the world, you got some who doing it, pushing forth and doing the right thing and standing up and all this other stuff. But who do you think are showing y'all all these facts? Showing y'all these deadbeat presidents, showing y'all how the presidents that y'all are voting for don't care about you or your country. Who do you, the ancestors? That's who's showing y'all. Now, it's up to the people that's alive to listen. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. They did fight for us to be able to vote. They did do all that. But do you really think if your ancestors was alive today and they seen all this fuckery going on that they would still tell you, go on out there and vote? I don't think that mine would. I'm speaking for myself. I can't speak for everybody else's ancestors, and no one in this world will ever be allowed to speak about mine. But if I would talk to my ancestors and tell them what's going on, I don't think that they will even care if I voted or not, based off of what's going on. My whole thing is this. I'm not here for a lie. So I'm not saying, well, if they just, say, oh, they like black people and all that. Like I said, no, because then you're lying to me and that's going to make me dislike you even more. But I'd rather get a sharp shooter. I'd rather someone so I can know what I'm dealing with. If white people ask me certain questions, right? I'll answer them. Why not? If they ask me, well, are you racist? Do you like white people? How do you feel? I have no problem with answering them. Because I'm secure in myself. And I can care less about what they feel. Vice versa. I'm sure they can care less about what I feel. But my whole thing is, it's the lie. I'd rather know. I understand if you feel like, well, if I come out and just straight, I don't like black people, then how am I going to get the vote? You don't know me. You don't know me. But if I don't matter that much, if none of those presidents, the ones now or the ones in the future, can say Black Lives Matter, or they feel like Black Lives Matter, all that, right? Why do you want my vote? Why should I vote? If I don't matter, you don't care, like you can't even say that you feel like, why should I vote? Oh no, because that's when they say, oh, if you don't vote, they're trying to turn you away from not voting. They're trying to turn you away from not voting. Black people, attention. No. Attention. Black people. Come on, wake up. When we wasn't voting, wasn't America still going on? Wasn't they still making laws and amendments and doing what they want? No, wait, let me back up. I said when we didn't have the right to vote, wasn't America still? So what makes you think that even if you do vote or don't vote, that they're not still going to create or put who they want in a chair? Welcome to America, people. You think about that. Like, I'm not just discouraging people from voting. No, do what you want to do if you feel like that. But don't, I'm seeing a lot of people trying to twist people's heads. If you don't vote, you're so wrong. If you do vote, you're so. No, 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 no. What happened to privacy? The 12th house. Nobody knows about the 12th house. It's another story for another day. Go back to your 12th house and keep that privacy. Keep that privacy. We need, when it comes down to that, to voting, we need to go back to the 12th house. Why is everybody so open enough to say who to vote for and who's bad and who? Like, come on. Is there a comparison? Let me tell you something. I already did a video, 2020 debate disaster. Look it up, okay? From the two ties, they're not different. And once again, that's in your face telling you there's no difference. Their ties wasn't even, they showed up with the same tie in different colors. It's an illusion. What a coinky dink. I feel like some people in America love games. I heard this one boy on the news saying, "Oh, I'll die for him," or something like that. I'm like, bro, die for yourself. Okay? Die for yourself. How about dying for your family? But then when you have people that they're paying, or they're paying these people to say that, and they're paying these people and taking care of these people, and these people feel like, oh, da 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 da, you know, that's what they're gonna do. I think it's ignorant. But when you're being taken care of by this so-called president or this so-called mayor of government, then you're gonna do whatever you want to do. You know, you're gonna say, "I'll die for him." I'm just like, wow, wow. So yeah, I just wanted to come do this quick video and just tell the people, you know, study your laws, your history. Um, Try to become your own doctors and lawyers. Not saying that you don't need a doctor or lawyer, because they have experience. You know, I'm not saying that they're all bad. But be your own person first. Be your own. Try your best to be your own. So you'll know how to take care of yourself, because at the end of the day, that doctor or that lawyer or that president is not going to take care of you. Like, let's be real. When you're hungry in your house, can you call the president? There was no, I've been living in America for how long? 20 some odd years. I'm in my 20s. And I couldn't ever call a president for nothing. When I was going through hunger, I couldn't call my president and be like, "President," I couldn't do that. They'd lock me up just for calling him and asking him for help. I couldn't call my mayor and say, "Mayor." You know why? Because they say, well, oh no, we have things set up, food pantries and all that. Food pantries. Food pantries, when you got the people working in the pantry, and I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it in my own college. I've seen it in my own college. They have little, and that's one of the reasons why I stopped going. You go down here, you see massive bags pushed to the side, and they say, "Oh, that's for somebody else. That's for somebody else," and they're giving you all the stuff that they feel as though that's already left. Are you there for the people, or are you there for yourself? Pantries for what? You want your pantry bags and there's roaches in your pantry bag? Pantry for what? Out of dated food with past expiring dates on it? But I must vote for you so every day your family can have a good steak. Every day your family can eat well. Your family don't have to think about going to a pantry and da, da, da. Vote for you? You know, years ago, centuries years ago, when you did vote for whoever, they, you know, it was, oh, I'll make sure a chicken in every hand. I'll make sure there's a da, da, da. What happened to all that? When is a president going to reach out to the world? To the world. Not just people that own their own businesses, the people that cops or lawyers, to the world. Sit next to a bum. Talk to, you know, what you might consider beneath you. But then they say, why should I? Why should I? Because you're asking for that person to vote, to keep voting for you. Truth is, they only need you to vote one time. So they feel like, why should I? So, no, I'm doing for myself. I'm not doing for America. It's not what I can do for America. Nothing else. Nothing else. I can do nothing else for America. It's what America can do for me. My ancestors has done a lot for America. I have done a lot for America. I've, by the grace of my creator, I've been a good citizen. I don't do the whole, I don't do none of that. I'm not here out here hurting or killing, none of that. Because I choose to. And what have America done for me? Mm-hmm. I'll wait. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I can tell you, um, wrongfully accused, put lots of my family members in debt in jail, enslaved my ancestors, took all our land, never put our real history in the history books, until this day, put my people in jail. But I should do more for America for what? I refuse not to. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I refuse it. So I'm going to end this live and I'm going to just tell people, just look what's going on. Look what's going on. Like I said, this voting movement is just funny to me. It's really, it's really funny. Nevertheless, it's not entertaining, but it's just every time I see a voting commercial and I see all of this and that and this and that, it's just a disappointment. It's a disappointment because at a time like this, how can you ask, what can we do? Come on. When we were going through the crisis, there were mayors. I'm not making this up. Footage. There were mayors. Government agencies saying that they're not going to depend on their government. They see that the government is not helping them and all that other stuff. I don't understand. Stuff hit the fan, the riots and all that. They send troops in like that. And, I kind of, I heard from a troop one day that they teach you how to bring on the evil, but they don't teach you how to take it off. They don't teach you how to turn it off, turn your evil off. And that's sad because when you have people that's so condemned, and do you see how they treat the people that come from the army? Have you ever seen sometimes what they eat in the army? Feed them like they dogs, cans and shit. Like it bothers me because you have these people that's out on the lifeline. And I get it. People from the army, I would think, this is what I say about people in the army. I would hope that the reason why you are fighting for the country is because you have family here. I don't know. I could be wrong. You have your own opinion. But that's the only way I can see myself doing anything. It's because I'm doing it for my family that lives in America. Because it won't be for that 10% elite. Because they don't give a crap about you. Because when the army people come home, they treat them like crap. Give them a couple of dollars and a little disabled. It bothers me because I'm like, who the fuck is America to tell someone your missing limb, your arm, your leg, is worth $600 a month? Who came up with that? How about asking them what did they? Oh, they'll tell you. Those army people be like, look, how long I was in there, I'm gonna need $1 million every month. But no, seriously, like I just feel like, how can you put a number on someone's limb? How can you put a number on of the sacrifices of their life? $600-700 a month. That ain't shit. That's not even a house bill. It's not even a house bill. That's a cable bill, a cable and a phone bill. It's crazy. Like I said, with America, because I feel like I know for a fact when America wants something done, it's overnight. It's not, we have to look into it. It's going to take time. It's literally overnight, just like with the COVID. It was either you wear a mask the next day or we're locking you up and throwing away the key, period. So how come when it's time for laws to be changed and new laws to be put in place and things to happen, it's always time. It's always looking into it and always, I don't understand. And I don't care to. So I'm done. There's nothing I can do for America. Now it's time for what can America do for me? Because at the end of the day, my ancestors, including myself, has did a lot for America, has respected this soil, and we didn't get the same in return. We're still not. So me personally, I can do nothing for America. Nothing. Just like America has been doing nothing for me. And when America does start doing something for me, then I'll think about it. Because it's been so many years that America has done me and my ancestors completely wrong. Completely. And shout out to the little white people that's out here speaking about it. I give a little snippety clap. Not a clap, but I give a little snippety. You know what I'm saying? Because for y'all to be speaking out, the ones that's speaking out, and I'm saying y'all speaking out and all that, that's what's up. But just speak out more louder. That's it. Speak out more louder. That's all I'm asking you to do. Speak out more louder. Do something more about it. Yeah. I do think that y'all should do something more about it. Sure do. Because it was your ancestors and it was your people who still continue to do it today. So I think you shouldn't go more hard at your people. But shout out to y'all, saying out little, saying peace about how y'all feel about white people and how wrong they are. Shout out to that because it's true. And they say that sometimes it takes for somebody to hear it from their side, their race, for them to get it. Because I've been seeing a lot of these white people speaking out, or some of these white people speaking out, and I don't see none of their race. Like a black person say something, they attack white people, all this other shit. But when your own class says something, like this white man I just heard, nobody say nothing to him. Nobody. And as far as the white women, we know the history of that. That's we just like we know who voted. That's the majority who voted for Trump and when I talk about white women, when I even say the word white women, it's just exhausting. It's just like you know what I'm saying? Like because oh my gosh, women in general need to get better. Women in general. There was a point of time when women was more for women and not picking out about black and white. It wasn't that. It was more of, we need a woman president. We need a woman mayor. We need a woman this. And women should be allowed to vote. What happened to that, women? Became racist too. I can't. But it's sad. It's sad and it's a disappointment. It's more disappointment for me. It's more of a disappointment because when I hear people say, oh, the ancestors. So if you know this is what your ancestors were doing, shame on you all. Shame on you all. Shame on you all. But, to give us those two candidates to choose from, I don't know. I don't even know how sometimes why they even narrowed it down to those two. I don't even know. But I'll say this. When you're checking that box, making that list and checking it twice. Oh, I'm crazy. But seriously, when you're checking that box, that valid and doing remember the truth. Remember the truth. Remember who these people are and what these people have said and what these people believe in. Remember the debate. If you got to play it back 2 times before you go and register, just remember the debate. Remember when they was asking these presidents these questions and not only could they answer it, but they bypassed it like a piece of paper on the ground as they walk outside. Because that's how they're going to do you. They're already doing it now. They bypass you now. They bypass the killings. They feel like, oh, something happened. We could throw these little black people a couple of dollars or some shit like that. And they're going to bypass it. And I'm going to tell you this again. With or without your black vote, America, them 10%, them whatever, they're still going to go on and do what they want to do. They're still going to put the president they want in. They're still going to put... I don't want to hurt people's feelings and say that your vote doesn't matter because that's not my opinion. That's not my place. I don't know. I'm not in the polls. I don't know if they're really looking at people vote or if they're just saying, oh, nigger vote, ripping it up and throwing it away. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. But Matter to yourself. You take care of yourself. Remember that when you hungry and all that, you ain't calling on the president. They lock you up before they will lock you up for calling on him before you can actually speak to him. And that's your president, the person you vote for. Remember when you looking for that job and you went this COVID and you was hoping for a free mask and some gloves that you couldn't call your mayor and get that for free. Remember, when y'all voting for all these people and y'all doing that, remember that these is the same people that won't even give you an interview, won't even look your way. You can't even go to your mayor's office and speak to your mayor, but you just turned around and gave him your vote. Remember this. As y'all making that list and checking it twice, as Santa Claus will say, remember this. Or should you vote for yourself because when you hungry, you call on yourself? Or should you vote for your aunt that who always was she there and feeding you and may help you with them kids for over 10 years? That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it off with this. If there's no small people working in the stores, how would things get moving? Think about that. I don't want to call you guys small people that's working in these stores and at Walmart and all, because you're not small. You truly are not. You guys are tremendously big, the pie. But understand that I say all the time, if y'all not there to run it, what would that 10% do? Because they're gonna run to another country and try to pay somebody else to be their slaves and do it and try to start the cycle all over. But understand that if y'all don't, and I understand people saying, well, I need to eat, but you can make them. We can make them do what needs to be done. I'm not saying one person can do it, because it's been done with just one person. But wouldn't it be even stronger and even last more longer when a society do it, when the world does it? Isn't it going to last forever? Isn't it going to, not for just us, not for this generation, but for the next and the next and the next, if the whole world do it, if the whole world say, no, this is it. We're not going to be working for 10 or 12 or $14 an hour and y'all sitting on eating a $3,000. These people eat a $3,000 steak a night. $4,000 worth of food, do whatever they want, shopping, and your child and you are sitting there, and we're working for them. Imagine if the world just stopped and say, this is it. We're in a fucking COVID. We're in a COVID. And they're leaving us, and they're leading us and leaving us like we're nothing at all. We're nothing at all. That's how they're leading and acting towards us, like we're nothing at all. So my whole thing is, we stop the movements, right? And we demand. We stop the movements and we demand. Why? Because at the end of the day, they've been demanding since the beginning of time. Since the beginning of time. America was built off demand. Off demand. So, all I'm saying is, as people of the world, we all must do the importance. When you're hungry, you need help, food, housing, whatever, you can't let people come in and say, well, if you do this or you do that, then we'll give you money to feed your family. But knowing that what you're going to do can cause harm to someone else's family, what you're going to do can cause harm for centuries. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So it's no more of what we can do for America. It's what America can do for us.